Hi YouTube! So, yeah, I took a bit longer to make this video than I thought. I've been really busy. So, I'm going to stay focused, hopefully, and do a quick run through of all the stuff I wanted to say. So, like 2-3 weeks ago, I went to South Dakota. It was lots of fun. Flew on an airplane by myself for the first time. I had flown other places. I've been to Europe and Florida and DC, Philadelphia, Gettysburg, fun stuff like that. And so yeah, I flew there by myself and I got to see my best friend. Hi James, love you. And Jeannie, you're awesome for paying my ticket and sending me there. Oh, love you guys. You're so awesome. And Tanner and Ken, you're awesome too. But yeah, my first stay there, I had I had a date right before, the day before I was supposed to leave, and I was out till like 2 a.m. And I get home and I had to finish packing. So I went to bed at like 3:30, got up at 5:30, so I had 2 hours of sleep, then drove to the airport, got on my plane, flew out to South Dakota. Well, I get there, and of course I can't sleep because we're gonna go do stuff because it's like now 10:30 in the morning. So I'm up before I normally am, and I've been up for 5 hours then with only 2 hours of sleep. And so we drove around and we went back and all this stuff, and then I met Ken and Tanner, and they had us go out to this old abandoned schoolhouse. And, well, we were walking around, and it was all graffitied and smelly and gross, and we were walking around, and there's pretty sunflowers, and all of a sudden we hear this, like, roof, 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 and we're like, what? Because we didn't see any dog, and then we're walking around, all of a sudden they're like, oh, a hole, and down in the hole, like this old well, was a dog, and so we had to call the cops. And, yeah, so we called the cops, and they were all like, oh, is it your dog? No, it's not our dog. We found the dog, it's trapped in a hole, you should come and help us get it out. And so we waited, and then Kennedy, who drove us there, had to go to work, so James, Jean, and Kennedy left, and me and Tanner stayed there. And they were gone for an hour, and then Jean and James came back with James' car, and then we were like, yay! And then we weren't standing there anymore, but yeah, well, they were gone. Me and Tanner eventually caved and got the dog out of the hole, and then took him out, and his tongue was dried and cracked. It was so sad. We found out the dog had been in there for 4 days, because after like 2 more hours of waiting, cops finally showed up, and they helped find the dog's owner, and the dog's owner lost him 4 days before we had found him, so we're assuming the dog had been in there about 4 days. Poor dog. So sad. Sweet dog. It was cute. It was a black lab of sorts, and I was like, oh, poor thing. But yeah, that was my first day in South Dakota. The other days were less dramatic, and it was more just like hanging out, shopping, and fun stuff, and then like, I want to say, not the last day, but the second to last day I was there, there was a tornado thing, and the alarms were going off, and I'm like, oh my god, because I didn't hear the alarms, and I just get a text from my best friend saying, unplug my computer and get in the bathroom. Okay, why? Don't you hear the tornado siren? It's the safest place is in my bathroom. I'm like, ah, because I'm afraid of storms, because I think that storms equal death. So, yeah, fun. So I was hiding in the bathroom, and I was all covered up and hiding in a blanket. I'm like, I'm gonna die. Yeah. I'm so mature when it comes to storms. I'm like, I'm gonna die. Oh god, I'm gonna die in a bathroom. Trying not to have a panic attack, of course. Well, curled up on a bathroom floor on a towel with a blanket covering my head. Yeah. But yeah, so that's a little summary. Oh, and I went to Nebraska. So I was in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa for that week. We drove there and went shopping in some places, and we kind of just drove through Nebraska and then back into South Dakota. Okay, so that was my South Dakota trip. And then I got back for a few days, and then was my birthday, and I got to see my boyfriend, and he came over to my house, and he and my family and I all just kind of hung out. And and he got me a ton of CDs, like every CD I wanted. He's so sweet. I was like, ah! Because he got me Owl City, Lady Gaga, the Vans Warped Tour CD, and a really dorky CD that you guys probably don't even know. Punk Goes Classic Rock. Oh, I love it. But yeah. And so I was really happy because he got me all the CDs I wanted, and I have to make him copies of some of them. But yeah, so happy. So then after that, after he had to go to work, because he had to work that night, and I had to drive to Wisconsin Dells for the weekend to go camping and water parking, I don't know, with my friends, my college friends. So I go and pick up my friends in Green Bay, and then Milwaukee friends, and then we all just like drove. So I did a lot of driving, because it's like, oh, I have to drive up here and get these people and those people down there, carpooling and going there, then all of us, and so I had like a ton. I think I drove like 5 or 6 hours that day. It was not fun. Because I had to go pick up people, and then I didn't have a GPS. I don't have a GPS. I use maps from MapQuest, and I'm good with maps, but my friend's mom was paranoid about me driving without a GPS, so I had to take their GPS, and it kept trying to lead me out into the middle of nowhere. Yay! I know it would have eventually got me where I was going to need to go, but it seemed to have an aversion to highways. It kept taking me on county roads or frontage roads. I'm like, why am I not on the highway? Highway, fast speed, straight. So I started improvising, and we got there. But of course the GPS for some reason was telling us it was going to take like 2 hours longer than I thought it was going to take, and I was like, ah! It's very stressful. But lots of fun. Lots and lots and lots of fun. Having to drive around and pick up people. But yeah. But I knew I was going to drive, because I wasn't going to drive to Milwaukee to go with them, because, well, they only had enough room for all of them to fit in the car. And out of the people in Green Bay that were going to go, neither of them have, like, cars that they would be able to drive. And so I had to go to Green Bay and pick up people. And then, yeah, we drove. And it was interesting. And I saw a street. Oh my gosh, there was a street called Emmer Street, and I wanted to take a picture of it, but my phone hates me and then wouldn't take pictures while I was in the Dells, and I was like, ugh. It made me so sad because I couldn't take a picture of it. But yeah, and then while in the Dells, we were camping out in the middle of nowhere, and GPS kept taking me to the wrong place to get to the house, and we were like driving back and forth, and we're like, I can't find it, it's not taking. It didn't realize that the 800s come before the 900s, not after it, so it kept taking us to the wrong block, and we were so confused of like, it says that we're supposed to be here, it's supposed to be right here, why isn't it here? We were very confused. But yeah, so we went to the Dells, and we went to Kalahari, which was okay. I ended up taking a 2-hour nap in the water park. Yeah, it was more a resort than a water park. I kind of got bored with it, because the only water park I'd ever gone to really was Noah's Ark. So when you go to something that's America's largest water park and then go to an indoor resort, you're like, I went on all the rides, now what? But yeah, so then we went to the Kalahari one day, and then the next day we went to Noah's Ark, and oh, I'm happy now. I'm not red across my face, the top of my head isn't burnt anymore, and my shoulders are getting better. They aren't as red, and I was wearing 80 SPF, and I applied it 4 times during the day. First time it was after 4 hours, then 2 hours, and 2 hours. And I somehow got burned after the first 4 hours. But I didn't burn after that, so. But, yeah. So then we had a huge cookout, and, oh, I can't wait for Julian to put up a video. Oh, he needs to put up a certain video. God. in the video, at the Kalahari, they found this iPod Touch in a hot tub, and it's dead. It was dead, the screen was cracked, and we were like, we have to do something epic with it. So the boys decided they were going to barbecue it. And so they barbecued it, and we taped it, and I really need to find out if they posted it to YouTube yet, because if so, I'll have to link you guys to it, because it's hilarious. Nighttime grilling with Dick Kung Lo, and he grills the iPod, literally grills it on a grill with hamburgers near it, and then he takes a bite out of it, or tries to take a bite out of it, and yeah, it was hilarious. And I don't know whether or not I want them to also post a video of me and one of my friends playing Twister, because that got insane. There's pictures on Facebook, but the pictures on Facebook were from a different game when I was playing against Julian, because, I don't know, when I was playing against Julian, and I don't think there's any pictures of me playing against Amanda, because when I was playing against Amanda, that was being videotaped. God, I ended up collapsing. Oh my God, my wrists were killing me. And of course, all the cat calling from the guys and from Liz. Thanks, by the way, for making sexual comments at me while I was playing Twister. Ice down a shirt while playing Twister should not be allowed. Just saying. It was fun though. I had lots of fun with my friends, and yeah, so then we drove back and all that fun stuff, and that was my 2 vacations. And yeah, I'll stop now because this is over 10 minutes and I'm gonna have to edit and splice these 2 videos together, and yeah, I have more to tell you most likely. But yeah, I'll stop, and I'll have to link you to fun stuff later when I come up with stuff in like next video. I'll hopefully have them posted something and I can link you to it. So I'll shut up. Okay, bye you guys, love you.